In case you haven't noticed, over the last few, weeks, months even, Donald Trump's agenda, the things that he is doing, are getting more and more extreme, right? Violating court orders. He's upping the ICE raids on places of work, snatching up hundreds of people at a time, decimating the economy. He's threatening more military invasions of U.S. cities, even after being told by a judge that, hey, dude, this is illegal. It's getting more extreme. And his mental health is failing, his physical health is failing. All of this is happening. And according to Jonathan Lemire, writing for The Atlantic, there is a very good reason why Trump is now trying to do all of these more extreme things in rapid-fire succession. And it's because Donald Trump is deeply afraid. He is afraid that when November of 2026 rolls around, he is going to lose his Republican majorities, definitely in the House, I think, possibly even in the Senate. And if that happens, Trump knows he's cooked. He is done for if he loses even just the majority in the House. His agenda completely stalls out, but that's just the small part of what happens if the Democrats take over. Let me read you this from Jonathan Lemire. Despite his return to the White House this year, he frequently complains privately and publicly about Democrats' efforts to remove him from office in his first term. Trump, to this day, insists that he did nothing wrong, calling both impeachments witch hunts, and he is fearful that he might have to go through it all again. After all, even if he can't be forced from office, it would block any future legislative agenda he has and let Democrats open investigations into the Trump administrations, dragging key Hill officials for embarrassing, headline-grabbing hearings. So in other words, Trump knows he's got to get it all out right now while he can and become even more extreme, because once the Democrats take over, no more agenda, nothing passes through the House, and members of his administration are going to be humiliated on a weekly basis, and that's going to make them all look bad. Could lead to resignations. Hell, may even lead to criminal referrals. Not that Pam Bondi will do anything with it, but it's going to be 2 years of nonstop humiliation. The humiliation of not being able to get anything done, and the humiliation of what his members of his administration are going to have to say publicly. He doesn't want that, but he knows that there's not much he can do to stop it. So in order to get this 4-year agenda done, he's got to cram it all into 2 years, becoming even more extreme. But the funny part is that what he doesn't realize is he has now created a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, oh no, I'm going to lose in the midterms because people don't like how extreme I am, so I have to become more extreme now because I'm going to lose in the midterms and then I can't be extreme. But therein lies the problem. If you just weren't a dick, right? I mean, then maybe you wouldn't lose in the midterms. Like if you weren't extreme, if you got rid of the tariffs, if you weren't doing these massive raids that obviously the public overwhelmingly disapproves of, if you didn't have that idiot in your administration trying to ban certain vaccines, if you weren't doing these things that people hate, you probably wouldn't lose the midterms. But because you think you're going to lose the midterms, you're going to do even more things that people hate, which will guarantee that you lose the midterms. I can't be the only one that sees that. How is there no one in this administration, no Republican in the House or Senate, that hasn't sat this idiot down and been like, listen, dude, the more extreme you get, the more people hate you. The more they hate you, the more they take it out on us, and we lose next year. If you just, I don't know, stop, then that's not a problem anymore. Nobody has sat this man down and even tried to explain it. I know he's not going to listen to you. I get that, but at least try. No, that's too much for Republicans to do. You don't even want to try. You don't even want to put in the effort to save your own jobs. Listen, I hope you don't. I really want all of you, and I mean every last one of you, voted out of office, for eternity. I don't ever want to see another Republican in Washington, D.C. again. That would be wonderful to me, but that's also not reality. Reality, however, is that Donald Trump created and is fulfilling his own prophecy here that he's going to get his butt kicked in the midterms because of how extreme he is. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.